are aware of controversial bills in Parliament. I mean, because the media writes about it. And even when it comes to acts which are introduced in Parliament, that whole public participation process, I think that's much more, people are much more aware of it than regulations, because regulations are published in the Government Gazette. And so unless you monitor the Government Gazette, you're not going to know. That's where it's so important to have active role players from, your private companies, your NGOs monitoring what's going on, and even publish on their own websites and, social media handles. Listen, these regulations have been published, or this is what's happening, because you wouldn't otherwise really know. I mean, the Department of Agriculture is an active, it's really, it's a good web. They have a nice website, but unless you really go into the media, you have to really search. You have to know what you're looking for to see a press release. Okay, so the regulations were published on these Plant Breeders' Right Act of 2018, and that's how I got involved. I considered it. Applied my legal mind to it. What concerns there were for industry and as well, and made submissions. So following the draft regulations or commenting process, the Act itself came into operation now 1st of June, and the regulations were published shortly afterwards, literally like 2 weeks later, and which technically it should have been published exactly the same time, but we now have the new Plant Breeders' Right Act of 2018 and its regulations in place, which manages and regulates your new regime for how to apply for a plant breeders' right, and etc.